Good, everybody. Was good. Happy Sunday. Waiting on a couple people to show up. What's good? What's good? Happy Sunday. Happy Sunday. Y'all good after the storm? Heard some people died. Some houses got destroyed. I forgot what county the tornado touched down at a middle school. I believe tore up the whole middle school. It's crazy. What city you in? I thought it was gonna hit Birmingham pretty bad, but just woke up to a lot of debris, tree branches. Certain roads were closed, but not too many. Not too many. I ain't went live in a minute, so I had to come on here and check in with my people. See how y'all doing. I'm on break at work. And I picked up overtime tomorrow. I know it's gonna pay off, but man, I wish I was off. I really do. Oh snap. We alright. Where you at? You still in BM? I forgot. You know what middle school that was that got tore up? Three people, I did hear 3 people got killed in Missouri. I don't know anybody that stay out there though. But thoughts and prayers, condolences, good energy to those that were affected from that for sure. I can't imagine. Cannot imagine nothing like that. What today is Sunday? I wrote in my journal Friday, so a couple of days ago. I literally saw a black and white ladybug. I posted a picture on my in my community post. So freaking cool. You ever seen a black and white ladybug? It low key scared me. Well, not like scared me, but I thought I was tripping. Never ever seen one. So I looked it up. Looked it up on Google. I like to look up spiritual meanings of different things. I feel like everything means something. I don't think anything God created was unintentional. And I feel like everything serves its purpose. And out of all places to land, it landed like right here on the door of my truck, like close to the window pane, and it just started crawling like that way up the window pane. And I'm like, out of all places, out of all times and moments, out of all trucks out here, it's a whole lot of trucks. This truck's behind me right here. Could have landed anywhere. It could have landed on another co-worker's truck, but it landed in mine, and so I ended up, like I said, Googling it, and the spiritual meaning of a white ladybug. It's crazy even saying that. Black and white ladybug. In terms of spiritual meaning, is often interpreted as a symbol of balance, duality, and transformation, representing the interplay between opposing forces like light and dark, good and evil, or the conscious and subconscious mind, often signifying a period of personal change or spiritual growth. I was like, yo, this I can't make up. I can't make it up. seeing that Friday and tying it into like what kind of season I'm in, it just confirmed in more ways than one that I'm in alignment and exactly where I need to be in my journey, and I need to just continue to stay intentional with that. Stay focused, stay intentional. But discipline is where I'm at right now. So that helped. Personal change or spiritual growth. That's crazy. In Birmingham, I have a few people in Missouri. Ah man, just waiting to hear back from them. I've never seen a white ladybug. Yeah, that's crazy. Man, send a good energy to your people in Missouri and Mississippi for sure. Hopefully, once everything's settled down today, that you'll hear back from them. Yeah, that storm was crazy. I watched the news for about a couple of hours. I left work early yesterday. A lot of people left work early yesterday, and literally my whole department was gone. We, me and one other coworker were the last two people here. We normally get off at 5:30. Me and him left at 2:30. Everybody else was gone. So that's wild. But I got home and immediately cut the news on and saw that throughout the night or going into the night that 4 or 5 different tornadoes had touched down, and they were like, them people who be chasing the storms and stuff. They had the cameras in their cars, and just to see like the spots that they were in, I'm like, yo, this is crazy. This is crazy. 7 or 8 different times they spotted them, and it did not hit Birmingham, so super grateful for that. But that black and white ladybug joint, yeah. What's wild is I didn't even know that they existed. You know what I'm saying? It's one thing to know something exists and never have seen, but to not even know, and then it's like, what? I'm telling you, I'm like, is he alright? Is he dying? What's happening? You supposed to be red and black. What's going on with you, my boy? Oh my girl. That's wild, but it just go to show you, like, even something as small as a ladybug, they're all different in their own way. Even the spots on them are not the same. And so every once in a while, just like us, you know, it's something different about you. It's something different about you. So yeah, that was cool. Definitely had to jot that down right here. Wrote the time, the date, the day. Trying to do better with the times, not just the dates. But yeah, this journaling journey of writing something every day has been pretty fulfilling. I feel, I don't know, feeling not just lighter, but feeling like I'm gaining more clarity in being intentional with my writing. So that's something that I'm very grateful for. And it's a reminder that if you remain open, the whatever you're seeking will come. You just gotta be in anticipation and expectation, for whatever that is. Especially if you're a person that pray a lot. Like, I gotta pray to stay sane. You know what I'm saying? Like, so much going on in the world, so much going on in my personal life. You know, just trying to figure out or just stay alert to like what's next on the journey. But without that spiritual relationship, I definitely I definitely could see how I would lose my mind. So I'm super grateful for that. And I encourage people to dive deeper into that because it keep you grounded. It definitely keep you grounded. Yeah, that's why I put this lesson that we're okay. Do you do yourself designated time? Do I have a designated time or length of time? No. In the first week, my goal was to get up every morning. And yeah, I did not do that. I did not do that. So this week, I do want to be more intentional with getting up and allowing the morning to be my designated time because I feel like the morning is something that you have the most control over. Like God woke you up, He did His part. You know, now it's on you. Like how are you beginning your day? And I feel like in the morning you have your energy is in its purest state and form, like before the world's interruptions, before you read a text message or get a weird phone call, before you get to work and you're around your coworkers and they different energies and stuff like that. Like you just in your like you just woke up. If anything, sitting in gratitude of I just woke up and I have breath in my body is a good way to energize you to write and writing from that place at that. And then you can set your intention for that day too. So something that I want to do better at this week is the morning being my designated time. I realized last week in doing that, not only am I not disciplined, but I don't have a morning routine. And I feel like when the resistance kicked in, it was because I'm already having to be up at 5 a.m. I mean, not 5. I have to be to work at 5 a.m. So I already have to get up at 4. So I have to get up even earlier than that, and not just write, but like stretch, like really clear my mind and just sit and just be for a minute, you know. So um, a lot of that is gonna be me preparing myself for that at nighttime, so I'm not laggy, you know. I'm not super tired. So that's going to me getting up in the morning really starts the night before the evening. In the evening time, what am I doing to prepare my body for that morning? And that just, for me, it just sounded so overwhelming. But it's really not. It's just something different, and anytime you're doing something different, it always sounds like a bit much. You just gotta control what you can and do one step at a time. So yeah, I think because my favorite number is 3 and I'm already having to get up at 4 a.m. I probably end up setting my alarm for 3:33. Just seeing that number on the phone would definitely, like, I feel, encourage me. 'Cause that's literally my favorite number. But let me put this journal down for 1 second. Let me move my truck. My break is technically over, but we don't have any work as of right now. So I'm just going to stay live for a few more minutes or as much as I can. What about you? Do you journal? You would draw and paint and stuff like that. So I don't see how you wouldn't have like a notebook that you keep with you. Do you still create and stuff on that level? Let me know if this too loud to this truck. Oh, is it too loud right now? Oh, that's the other thing I hate. Can you hear me? And was that truck too loud? I need to know if I need to end this live. I don't want to, but I don't want it to be too loud. I know you probably finna go too. You just said you getting ready for church. That's dope. That's dope though. The schedule I got is so annoying. Sundays is literally a part of my schedule. I work Friday, Saturday, and Sunday regardless. Like that's my schedule. If I don't work no other day, I have to work that day. I can hear. I have a journal with me everywhere I go. That's what's up, man. You never know what can come to you. You never know how God will speak to you. I literally have conversations or things that sparked something in me after a conversation. Um, I can be watching a movie or reading a book or listening to a podcast or just outside on my deck at the house, like watering my plants. Like it can be anything. Like it's just important to have that. You could be riding and hear something on the radio or read a billboard. I don't know. It's just crazy. It's hard to not have a journal with me pretty much everywhere I go. Like if I'm able to carry it, of course I'm not gonna have it if I go to like went to this place called Activate in Vestavia, and every room has a different game and objective. So like you like physically active. Obviously, I'm not gonna take a journal, but like if I'm able to have it with me, I'm gonna always have it with me too. Speaking of, I need to edit that video at some point tonight or tomorrow. I'll probably do it tomorrow when I get off. At least I'll be able to get off at they get off at 3:30 throughout the week. I work 12-hour shifts. They work 10, so I'll have a little more time to do some other stuff tomorrow. But yeah, I need to edit that because that was fun. That place, you ever heard of that place in Vestavia called Activate? That was my first time there, but it was dope, super dope. You still painting too? Or you just more locked in on the writing? I've been more locked in on my writing because that's what led me to write my first book. And I've been just like researching the best ways to like self-publish and thinking about the cover art, all the stuff that I didn't want to focus on while I was writing. Cause like thinking about the whole thing for me as a person that severely deals with ADHD, I get overwhelmed fast when I try to do too much at one time. So it was important, especially being my first project and a project that's considered to be my baby, my firstborn, like something that's real dear to me. I just wanted to lock in and finish because I've been sitting on it for like three years. I didn't want to think about the cover art. I didn't want to think about a release date. I didn't want to think about how I was gonna publish. I just wanted to write it and get it out. Now, um, I can focus on all that stuff. I just got the last edited copy. I have three editors. I got the last copy last week, so it's been edited. I just gotta polish up and add those edits back in, and you know, move on to the next thing. Oh yeah, save some money. Take money to make money. Learning that too. That's the other reason I'm going with self-publishing route because it's it's not as costly as going like to the bigger publishing companies, and I feel like self-publishing route you get to keep a little bit more on the back end, really see your profits. So yeah, but I'm still researching everything, figuring it out, try my best to paint when I can, in addition to writing my thoughts, poems, unpacking scriptures. Ah, that's good stuff right there. That's good stuff right there. I got a I got a poem in the book that I wrote probably like I don't know, probably it's been a minute, about 3 4 years. This is a lot of stuff that has happened over the course of the last 7 years, 7 or 8 years that's in the book. So I can't wait to you check that out and pack of scriptures. Good. Proud of you. That's big. Congrats. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I'm so excited to have finished something that really means something to me. Like I enjoy helping other people create. I enjoy collabing. You know, I work with the flourish most times, but like I'm not always creating what I want is in collaboration with other people's ideas. So although that's important and through collaboration, I feel like you gain inspiration for some of your more personal work too. So I'm super grateful for that, but ain't nothing like creating what you want to create from your soul, from your heart, from your perspective, and feeling good about it. You know what I'm saying? Like I feel good about it because it's me. It's it's me. And the book I feel like is going to help other people in terms of perspective. because that's what the book is about. I'm trying to really hone in what I want the subtitle to be, but it's on the lines of just the power of perspective and how that can elevate your life. That's really what the book is centered around. And I've taken a lot of journal pages and put it into the book. And so I want people to understand the power of journaling through my book, because that's where a lot of the things in the book came from. Me journaling my experiences and encounters in life. Again, from the music I listen to, different lyrics that, you know, how you hear a song and it's like this song just it spoke to you in such a way that you felt it inside your whole body, like because of the way it was, the way the lyrics were worded, and then just the melodies added to it. Like it just like a spiritual moment, you know. Not just listening to music just to listen to music, but the music, the good stuff with the substance in it, you know what I'm saying? So I'm even taking some of the lyrics that spoke to me and things that made me look at life differently. And I want to encourage people to look at everything that they encounter in life in that way too. Like when you listen to music intentionally, you should be able to leave with something. You should be able to take away or leave with something more than you had before you heard that song. Like if if I don't get that feeling, I don't want to really listen to that song or that music. Like no offense to people who like a Sexy Red or something like that, but I don't get nothing from listening to her music, so I'm not gonna listen to it. I feel like you turn into what you tune into. So it's important to feed yourself good things. It feels better when it's from your perspective, soul, and mind. It does. It really does. It really does. Um, Quotes. What's the word? Like pieces from a few of my favorite books. Like I'm quoting them. You don't see, like, you know, where my source came from, and then like I'm basically telling you what I took from it. And so the whole book is just really like I want people to really be able to understand the power of perspective. Like the way you see something, oh man, is everything. You can't do it with Sexy. She had like that one song, that Get It Sexy song. That's like the only one that I can listen to without feeling too annoyed. And it's really because it ain't something I tell somebody to play, but if it come on, I ain't gonna be, I ain't gonna go too crazy. But it's really the song. If I just take away the person and just think about how in that song she really hyping herself up, and how that's important for us to do, like be able to, you know what I'm saying, like cheer yourself on, hype yourself, gas yourself, sauce yourself up. Like that's what that song was. But yeah, of course, it could have been delivered a lot better, but it was kind of it kind of made me think about the old Soldier Boy music, and even in the video they had like the big jerseys on, and it just reminded me of like the skating ring days, D4L, so it was cool. You know what I'm saying? It was cool, that song. But I wouldn't go buy her album or recommend nobody to listen to it. You have to be mindful of what you're feeding. Yeah, feeding your mind, just like the saying, you are what you eat. Absolutely. You are what you listen to. You are what you choose to see. A lot. Absolutely. No rain, no flowers. You remember that sweatshirt? Like that, around that time is when my mind started to shift. And when I really started to see the power of perspective, like that journey has started around that time. And that's why I feel like feeding your spirit will help you in every situation. Because even if it look bad, because I believe that God is in control ultimately, and that He ain't just waking me up to just suffer, I can walk in confidence and know that, just like last night and yesterday with the storm won't last forever. You know, it won't. I mean, and it may cause some a little setback for some people. It may cause some damage, but this too will pass. And so that gives me the energy to keep going. It's like that saying goes. I forget who even came up with it, but they used the analogy of seeing the glass half full versus the glass half empty. No, that's a perfect description or depiction of two different people. Like they're people, but they seeing life from two different lenses. You know what I'm saying? So, if you're a person that always look at it as half empty, you'll never be grateful for what you do have. And that's a game changer in life, because pain is inevitable. And once you can accept that for what it is, you can open yourself up to the the substance of the things you probably don't understand in that moment, but like it'll make sense at some point, even if it don't feel good right then. And so that's what I take from just the idea of perspective, and how it keeps me going, and how I feel like it can help other people. Because we know pain is inevitable, but what systems do you have in place to combat the rain when it happens? Like, do you have an umbrella? Do you have a poncho? Do you have shelter? Do you have a car you can sit in? You know what I'm saying? Like the rain is going to fall. Do you have rain shoes? What systems do you have in place for when the pain comes, so that you're able to still push forward, even if you're crying, even if it hurts, you're still able to keep going. And so for me, that's music. For me, that's the people I'm around. For me, that's feeding my mind. For me, that's reading good books and listening to good music. For me, it's listening to inspirational podcasts. For me, that's reading my Bible and praying, listening to the church sermon. Like today, when I'm unable to attend in the physical, but I can watch it online, and I try to make sure I'm tapped into that, and just doing my part to maintain that balance and that grounding. Oh, I gotta move a trailer. Does that make sense? It's like dang, life life get the whooping on you. Like, how long you gonna sit there and take them licks? You ain't gonna fight back. You gotta eventually build up the strength and the courage to fight back. And you fight back with your mind. Your mind, you have to believe that there's more for you. This ain't the end, even though it feels like it in that moment. It's not. Yo, the book is even going to have a soundtrack. Like, movies have soundtracks. My book has a soundtrack because I want people to tap into and be able to source some of the quoted lyrics that I'm gonna be dissecting. Like, yeah, you get to hear from my perspective why I like this song in particular, or why this certain part really stood out. But you get to, what I'm saying, potentially hear some new music and just get a better understanding of me and some of the stuff I listen to. And I would love to hear like your takeaways from like each song when you listen to it. Like, gonna have a QR code like where you can scan and it just take you to a playlist of all types of music. Like, one of my favorite artists is Black, an artist from Atlanta. Samoa, got some like Fred Hammond on there. You know what I'm saying? Got some Alex Isley. Just really good music, inspirational things that stand out. I think I got a NDRE track on there. Um, yeah, man, like it's gonna be crazy. I appreciate it. That's what I'm saying. Like, when you creating art, like, it just them ideas come. I'm like, yo, it's God, but it's me being authentic to and wanting to create art from the most authentic space. And music plays a big part in my life. Not just as a consumer, but as a writer, as my own artist. So no, I might not go sing no I might not go to the studio and sing a song, but I know it sounds good and I know, what I'm saying, good lyrics when I hear them, like stuff that make you move. Lauren Hill and the type of music she made is timeless because of the message, you know what I'm saying? Let me that mean a lot. It mean a lot, kid, for real. From one dope artist to another, okay? I can't wait for people to get a hold of it and really see. You feel me? Flowers to you, still creating, not giving up on that. I feel like with this book, it means a lot too because I've been on a mission and on my own journey of figuring out what I wanted to create. Yeah, I do want to get into like clothing line and meaningful merch. That's why No Rain, No Flowers sweatshirt was so big for me because I don't want to just create something that look good. I wanted to make people, I want to inspire people with what they wearing. Like it hit different when you have a emotional connection to what you're wearing. It ain't just another T-shirt. It actually means something. That's the same with art. I'm so happy we a little slow right now. I don't think as many people was trying to come to work after yesterday. The next high tea is tonight. You pulling up to that? I don't know. I gotta be at work in the morning. I might go anyway. Just ain't gonna be able to stay too long. Especially talking about getting up earlier this week. 3:33 a.m. But this event is like it's once a month, so you know, yeah, it's once a month, so it's like I can little razzle dazzle. I just be so tired, especially having to work overtime. We in our peak season, and so it's a lot of trailers coming in. So I'm having to work extra days, and it just be a little tiring. But I don't want to get too far away from filming, trying to get back into the swing of like editing videos and get better at that. Like things are so different right now, and I'm grateful to have a new computer. So I want to take advantage of just being able to edit, especially more quality footage. Because with my old computer, I couldn't do that. It was laggy. Adobe kept crashing. So with this computer, it actually edits 4K, so I'm excited about that. But we'll see. Tonight, everything supposed to start at 7, so I might swing through for about an hour and a half. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. But yeah, what the rest of the day look like for you though? You going to church and then what after that? What you getting into after church? Our service start at 11, so I'll be locked in to the live stream at 11:30. Thinking about taking off on the 30th of this month just so I can actually physically go to church. I really hate my work schedule. I have to work every single Sunday. So yeah, it's crazy not being able to go, but um yeah, it can't last forever. Skating, like right after you going skating right after church? Ah, skating is a form of self care for you. That's interesting. I mean, not in a bad. I never heard anybody say that, but that's dope. That's actually something that Julia Cameron talks about in The Artist's Way. You heard of that book? I can't believe it. I gave that book away when I was staying with my grandma because that room I was in was so small, and I was just accumulating books and not enough room to. I didn't have enough space to put them, so I just ended up giving some away, and that was one of the books. But yeah, I go to City Walk. That's the new spot under the freeway, ain't it? I ain't been out there. I need to check that out. But she talks about in the book, she has something called artist dates. You as an artist taking yourself on a date once a week as a means of, you know, whether it's a form of self-care or just inspiration. So for me, for instance, an artist date would be when I finally able to go to the museum. I ain't been to the Birmingham Museum of Art in a minute. And when I did go, I was having to film and document a meeting, but like just walking around and taking my time soaking all of it in. I haven't went in a minute, but that's considered an artist date that I want to go on just so I can soak it up. Um, but yeah, she talks about the morning pages writing every day. Dochi really spoke highly of this book as well, so it was so crazy. And then me doing research on the book here on YouTube and just seeing like the people review of the book has been really dope. But she has something called morning pages, and you have to fill up 3 pages every single morning with just whatever come to mind. And she says you have to write from a place of no judgment. Don't worry about articulating yourself perfectly and none like that. You just writing. You just writing whatever come out. You ain't even gotta make sense. You just making sure you fill up them 3 pages every single morning. And she says once a week you take yourself on an artist date. So she describes it as when you're writing in the morning, you're releasing. When you take yourself on the artist dates, you're receiving. And I was like, dang, that shit, that's fire. Cause that is like you go to the park or you go hiking or you know what I'm saying? I'm a person, I love water. Like I receive so much like relaxation when I'm around water, when I'm in nature. Even right now being outside, I don't know if you can hear them birds chirping. Like just hearing the birds right now is relaxing. Going skating is an artist date. It's relaxing to you. It's a form of self care to you. That's what she talks about in that book. And she takes you on this week per week journey. I think you would really love that book if you hadn't got into it. Like yeah, for sure. Man, it's beautiful. It's beautiful to hear them birds. Yeah, artist day. It's called The Artist Way. She has a book and she actually has a workbook. And if you have you heard of Doechii? She just won a Grammy, but like her, man, she's so dope. Her music is so good. She bringing that hip hop stuff out. Matter of fact, Lauren Hill just brought her out doing one of her sets, and I thought that was crazy because Lauren Hill don't even fool with a lot of people. So her standing behind Doechii, like rapping a little bit of her lyrics and like smiling, she just looked so proud. I was like, yo, Doechii really like, cause I said that when I heard her mixtape, I'm like, yo, she really bringing back hip hop, quality hip hop. You know what I'm saying? You not only understand what she's saying, but she actually talking about something. And we needed that, you know what I'm saying? We ain't really got too many of them kinds of female artists, especially up and coming new artists at that that's on that level. You feel me? But anyway, she vlogged the last 7 years on YouTube. Didn't even know that I started watching some of her stuff from like 5, 6 years ago before people even really knew who she was. She just got fired from her job and she just started vlogging, posting content on YouTube, and she started talking about this book that she began. And she updated on YouTube. She made a video every week of every level of that book that she was exploring. And she talks about the morning pages and she talks about the artist dates. And yeah, it was a game changer for sure. I think you'll really, really love that book. And yeah, her music is telling me about her and let me listen to her music. She's really storytelling. Yeah, she fire. Even the way she do her videos is there. It's theatrical. Her stage presence is everything. Like her Tiny Desk joint was fire. Her live performance on the Stephen Colbert show, that was fire. It was her and two other girls, and their braids were connected, but they did a whole choreography piece while she was performing, and their hair was connected the whole time, but they was like you wouldn't even be. It was refreshing to see people like respond to it in such a positive way for what it was, which was phenomenal, super fantastic, something that nobody has seen before, and in that way. Like she make you listen. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, Doechii, yeah, she fired. She on the soundtrack too. It's one. I got one piece. off of her project that's on the soundtrack in the book. So yeah. Mm, City Walk though. I gotta check them out. I keep forgetting that they exist. For one, my time is like super limited with working so much, but also it hadn't been there forever, right? So I just yeah, but I like skating. I like skating. It's definitely gonna be dope too now that it's getting warm outside. Just being around people doing what they love to do is inspiring. To me, it's inspiring. I kind of, hmm, yeah, it's been helpful with managing stress, anger, and frustration. The therapist told me to get active, so that's how I've been doing it, skating, hiking, biking, etc. Okay, that's fire. Shout out to therapy. Big up to you on that and taking that journey. It's a lot of people unwilling or don't understand the benefits of being able to talk to somebody that can help you just unpack. You know what I'm saying? Somebody that's helping you gain that insight from a different angle. You know what I'm saying? Especially black people. Most of us was raised to not tell people your business, and that's true. You shouldn't. You shouldn't. You shouldn't just be telling anybody. But the right person or the right people in your life, you need that you need those people to talk to and to help you work through different stuff. I feel like that's part of why we're here as people, to help each other, to grow together, work together. It's a lot of stuff that just even on our journeys, like you said, is monumental in the journey. It's like we're working through our journeys already. A lot of the journey and a part of the journey is gonna be you solo dolo in terms of doing the work. Like you got to be the one to do the work already. So sometimes just having somebody to talk to from a non-biased point, a standpoint, is helpful in reaching that breakthrough needed, especially on your healing journey. Working through that trauma, and seeing it through a different lens so you can push forward. Because as long as you holding on to that trauma, like it's not only in our mind, like I would think it was in my mind, but trauma lives in our body. You know what I'm saying? Stress in our body. I learned that too. So being able to release that stress, release that trauma, it helps us in freeing up space and the capacity for more in our journey. It's hard to receive more when you still holding on to the negativity, holding on to the pain and the hurt. It's hard to do that. I think that's where a lot of times we get stuck. Like it's good to talk about the past if you intentional about moving past the past, right? But I know people. I'd have been around people that's all they want to do is talk about the past. It's like, hey, hey, we can't talk about the past forever, okay? At some point, we gotta find the gems, take what we can take from it. The things that's gonna help us in the going, in the getting, in the doing. But if it ain't on that, ain't no point in reliving it just to be reliving it. Have you read The Body Keeps the Score? No, I actually haven't, but I think my sister has that book, and if she does, I'm gonna ask her to borrow it. I have right now a book called, well, one of my friends here on YouTube. I actually met her through and on YouTube, which is so dope. But she is an author. She sent me one of her books and a workbook that I want to read and dive into, dissect. And I got a couple other books that I want to read. So after that, I'm gonna definitely ask my sister about that book. But I gotta catch up on the ones that I need to read. I just been trying not to uh, consume too much new information right now while I'm in the editing phases of my book. Like I don't want to throw myself off and end up prolonging the book, not because you know I'm trying to, but just because like I'm just adding more stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like instead of, it's almost like that, like creating an album. An artist talks about how they might have hundreds of songs, and then you gotta, for this particular project and what you're trying to do in the messaging and for the purpose of that project, you just condense it and you cut out what you want to put in there, and then you move on to the next project. That's kind of what I'm it's kind of been my focus, and like not reading too much. But that book I have definitely heard of. But I feel like I learned about trauma storing up in the body because because no, yeah, I believe I read um a couple books speaking to that, and I'm always listening to like dope podcasts around like healing, wholeness, wellness, mindfulness, that sort of thing. So I'm sure Um, that's how I learned about that. What else? Oh, the Laws of Human Nature by Robert Greene. That's a good book. Kind of talk about that. 60-Day Devotional Upon Waking by Jackie Hill Perry has been a good one for me. Push you to pick. Oh man, yeah, Jackie, she don't play. I met I met Jackie in Atlanta when she did this real dope. It was an intimate book release, and I got a chance to take a picture with her. Like she's so dope, how she breaks stuff down. But I'm gonna have to tap into that too. You own it. You own it with the books, and you know what I'm saying. I'm proud of you. You like really locked in to like really healing, and not just healing, but being whole, because that helps us again receive more of the inspiration and the things needed to continuously create. I strongly believe we are by nature, because it's in our DNA, created to create, because God created everything and we made in his image. So by nature and by design, we were created to do just that, create. I feel like creating is to walk in purpose, and it's hard to do that when you don't have a good spiritual practice, when you don't have discipline, when you're not praying more, to your point, when you're not reading your Bible more and focusing on letting things go, so that you're more open to hearing God speak to you and download the stuff needed. But do you have to be mindful of what you ingest while you're on the creative? Oh, but you hold on. But you do have to be mindful of what you ingest while you're in the creative process. Yeah, yeah, yeah. But Bible, Bible is always a go. I have a Bible app on my phone. Give me a scripture every day, and that's something that I want to get better at. That's why waking up in the morning is deeper than just journaling. It's like, no, I'm able to pull that yoga mat out and just meditate, you know, get in my devotional, pray, and journal. Like those, that's a good, for me, that's a good morning routine. Drinking my tea, you know what I'm saying? But I have to wake up at a good time to do that, because that's what's going to fill me up while I'm in my creative process. What better way to work through my creative process than connecting to the one that created, you know what I'm saying, my process, that created me. Like he's the unlimited resource of creativity. So I always gotta tap into that. But like the other stuff, like the new books, it's so much stuff that I want to read, and like I love books. I feel like I'm gonna go ahead and like create a library again, because I didn't do it before I moved, and then I just didn't get back into it. But it's just something about flipping them pages, man. It's something about flipping them pages. It's something about having a highlighter. I keep one in my vest, my work vest. I keep one in a book bag. I try to keep a pen everywhere, because I just never know. Like when I'm in my journal, I highlight some and then kind of sit with it, and then I might, you know, might think of something else and just add to it. But right now I'm cooking, and I don't want nothing else in the kitchen but what need to be while I'm cooking, because I don't want to get distracted, with the recipe. Okay, well, I'm going 370. I learned through this journaling process too, because I'm on a 30-day journaling journey. Well, I'm intentionally focused on journaling every single day, at least the reps in. Getting the reps in. Kenneth, what's up? Nice to catch you live for once. Exactly. Exactly. How you feeling? How you living? The storm yesterday, were you or anybody connected to you affected? A lot happened. A lot of tornadoes touched down. I was watching the news. It was really bad. But you okay? How you living? But yeah, Kia, that the journaling challenge for me was to just get the reps in. It's kind of like going to the gym. It ain't really about how much weight you can lift, it's how many reps you can do. And so before I can focus on getting up early, I just got to get back into the rotation and get back into the swing of journaling every single day. So that's been my biggest focus for right now. And I I learned that I like learning, which is wild because I didn't like learning for real in school. My mind was everywhere else, and I played sports, so I wasn't really too much focused on reading and school stuff. Like I really could care less about it for real. But I'm older now, and I love learning about different people, their stories, their perspectives. So I can't wait to catch up on my reading. But right now, like I said, while I'm working on my book, I don't want to throw my mind off in my creative process until I'm done. At least with the editing portion. The storm didn't affect me. Yeah, I'm okay. It's sweet for you to ask. Of course, of course, of course. Being able to interact with you live, one on one, is such a treat for me. Kenneth, here you go. Here you go. I love your energy, man. It's infectious. You're always showing love on my videos and giving good insight, helpful insight. I love it all. So I'm grateful that you're here too. Super grateful, grateful and thankful, especially because I wasn't even supposed to still be on live. I got on the live on my break was at 8:30, and it only lasts for 20 minutes, and I was just supposed to be on live for 20 minutes, but we haven't been too busy today. A lot of people, a lot of people. What about now? I think I accidentally pressed the mute button. Volume good now. Cool, 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 cool. But yeah, I was saying, yeah, I'm grateful to have you on here even after like an hour some change later. We on here talking about creative process and self care and therapy. Kia's going skating as a part of artist date self care. I thought that was really cool. What are some things that you do for like self care, Kenneth? It's getting warm. I'm a summer baby, so swimming is one of mine. Swimming for sure. Being in nature, like I was saying earlier, listening to dope podcasts, but 702 to 389. Okay. Breathing exercise. So what what is your what is your mind goal? Because like for me, when I think about meditating, I think about something positive or just set my intention on like a certain thought and I just repeat that thought over and over again. And when my mind starts to wander or veer away, which is it will, it's normal, happens to everybody. I I use my breath work to center my mind back to that thought. Because somebody said worry is like a form of meditation. It's just a negative way. I was like, that's a good way to look at it. When you worrying, it's just a thought that's overtaking you and it's consuming you. But instead, it brings you stress, whereas meditation helps you relieve it. My mind goes haywire. So then, I got you. It is hard to rid your mind completely. That's why I don't try to because I mean, yeah, yeah, I just don't try to. I just try to focus on a certain thought. But friends I know that are tell me that's the best way to meditate. They tell you that not thinking about anything is the best way to meditate. I never had anxiety, but recently with. all that disrespect, but to get it better under control. At least you're being intentional about trying to get it under control and not remaining under its control, because that's typically what a lot of people do because it's so hard to do. They just lay down and just take it, but that ain't how it's supposed to go. Yes, to try to keep your mind completely blank. You know what? Um, I don't know that he's a Buddhist, but it's a guy named Jay Shetty. Hold on, man. Let me cut that radio down. They looking for my supervisor. Yeah, just cut them down a little bit. But Jay Shetty, last name Shetty, wrote a book called Think Like a Monk. And he's not a monk anymore, but he spent a lot of time in India on that journey, and he wrote about it, and that's something he talked about too. And you just made me remember that they spent a lot of time not talking and trying to keep their mind blank when they did their meditation. So that's really, really cool. Do you remember the video? Yeah, about the just had my it's going to cost. Dang. Oh man. Shout out to you for having 13K to do it. If that happened to me right now, oh my God, Kenny, I can't imagine. I cannot imagine. I can't imagine. Oh my God. But shout out to you for having it to spend. I know that that don't make you feel better about having to spend it, but at least you have it to do it. Yes, just 2 years ago they were costing, yeah, rising costs with everything. It's crazy. I've been trying my best to stay positive about this whole home ownership thing because ultimately it's a investment, you know. But it's the stuff that come with it. It's like I don't know if I need to just regroup for a minute and like this year I'm really finna be trying to figure out what the next move because I can't go too crazy with the stress factor in just trying to maintain home ownership if I don't have to, like my mental health come first. But I'm gonna do everything that I can, starting with creating assets. And one of the first assets is this book. And I know it's gonna take a little money to get it out, publishing and all of that. I'm going the self-publishing route for sure because it's not as expensive as the other route, and I'll be able to maintain more of my profits going this route too. So yes, but I've been reading about how in making more money is not just about working more at a job like I'm having to do this week. I work 3 additional days on top of my normal schedule this week, but we talked about create assets, and this book is in an important way for me to do that. So I'm really, 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 really excited about it. I wasn't counting on that repair coming as soon as it did. I don't want to hog the internet, the entire chat. Sorry if I am. Kia is good. She been keeping me company. She feel free to chime in, Kia. Feel free. Feel free, definitely. But thank you on the book, Kia. Like it, I was telling her earlier, it means a whole lot to me in terms of just creating something that something that I care about. It's one thing to collab with other people on their projects because I play sports, so teamwork is not an issue for me. Like I love helping people. I enjoy seeing people win, so that's not a thing. But just like that video I was talking about, stuck clapping, like you can get so caught up in seeing other people win and cheering for them and trying to get them advice and trying to push them and motivate them that you don't work on the stuff that you're supposed to be focusing on creating for you. Dang, that door was hard. And I have a lot of information that I feel like could help people because it helped me. And no, I do not feel like every single person is going to resonate with my book or the style in which I wrote it. But I don't care. And that's something I had to work through in even writing the book because I got stuck on like, I don't want people to think this. I don't want people to think that. I don't want them to take me the wrong way. Focusing on how things look. Well, will they understand it if I write it like this? And it one of my best friends, took one of my best friends to remind me, you got to understand that your art and what you're creating won't be for everybody. And you got to be okay. You got to be okay with knowing that what you create isn't going to be for everybody. Like, that's why everybody should create because it becomes like a tree. Like, it'll like you'll create and then it'll connect to who it's gonna connect to and it'll grow in the direction that it's supposed to grow and touch the people it's supposed to touch. But you wanting everybody to love you and love what you make, you'll never create if you do it that way. And so that was a game changer. Shout out to having people that speak life into you, encourage you in those moments of doubt too. For our own IT security company, I used to manage money for a living, so I've been lucky to know how to grow your own assets and liability. Hey, I'm open to some tips, Kenny. Right now, my first asset though, I feel really good about it, which is the book. But I want to learn about other ways to build assets. I love surrounding myself with people that have similar goals. Me too. Hold on, let me go and Rooted. What's up, Rooted? So happy you caught the chat. That interview was so good with you and that interview was so good with you and Queen. I forgot what I ended up having to do. I couldn't watch the whole thing, but you was dropping some gems in that, boy. You really was. You was dropping some gems in there. Groupthink will get you in trouble real fast. Great point. I appreciate you. That mug was nice. That mug was real nice. So so I everybody has come in. My first question to them is with everything that happened with the storm rooted, I asked everybody, so now it's your turn. You and your people, y'all good? A lot of tornadoes touched down across um, the country. People were killed. In one of the counties here, I gotta look it up, but a tornado actually tore up a middle school. People lost their homes. All my family and folks are good here. It didn't really do a lot of damage here in Birmingham. Uh, Debris and tree branches and all of that stuff because of the wind. Sorry, my voice like real shaky. I'm in this in this truck going like this. Got my voice all crazy, but yeah, everybody good on your end, your family, anybody in your family or connected to you were they affected from the storm? I know a few people were killed in Missouri. Kia said she had some people in Missouri and Mississippi. She waiting to hear back from, or sending good energy her way that she don't get no crazy phone calls. Thanking God in advance for that. They just gonna be checking in to let you know that they good. There ain't gonna be no phone call with no other information than that. 895. Dang. Kenneth with the 13K. Man, still stuck on that. My goal for the end of this year is to have at least 10K saved. It's gonna require some work, but yeah, I'm gonna do what I can. Also, rooted, I asked. We was talking about self care habits and things. What do you do for self care? How do you ground yourself? All right, I'm back. I'm back. Oh, love the shirt. Thank you. It says "Be kind." It's just all the way down, and then it says "To one another." Got this shirt from Walmart like a few years ago. Become one of my favorite work shirts to wear in Colorado. So, oh man, Colorado be having tornadoes like crazy, don't it? We supposed to get snow next week, and I've been praying those. Yeah, 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 yeah. Okay, shout out to the snow. I was in Colorado in 2017. I went to a conference. Sarah Jakes Roberts. I went to her first women's conference. So freaking cool. But it was like, I think it was like in August or September, so it was still really hot in Denver. But I'm sure it looks really beautiful when it snows. The mountains, yeah. Self care, what keeps you grounded? And then another question for the chat is like, what what fills you um creatively? Like, what are some things that you kind of go to that inspires you to create? You know, for me, it's having dope conversations with dope people like y'all. Reading books, being outside in nature. For my self care, it's swimming, writing in my journal, um, doing deep stretching. It just feels good to do that. What am I doing? I passed the door. I got excited. Passed the door I was supposed to go to. And then inspiration, I like going to museums. That's why I got to go to the Birmingham Museum. I haven't went in a while, but it like gasses me up. Going to music events here in the city, finding out about new artists, dope podcasts. I just love learning about different perspectives. Love hearing about people's stories. All that inspires me. I think it's the psychology in it all, like why people do what they do, why they respond, why do people respond the way that they respond in certain ways and moments and instances. Okay, Kenneth, see you later. See you later. Thank you for chiming in. I will definitely start doing lives more. I had to take a little break from just YouTube altogether for a few days, get my mind together, get my spirit together, especially trying to journal over these next 30 days, really just lock in to like the next level of my creative process and writing this book. And so I learned I learned that if I'm not careful, because I love, because I enjoy learning all of the things that I just said and talked about, that if I'm not careful, like I cloud my creative process because I'm over consuming, you know, like you can eat too much. You know what I'm saying? It makes it a lot harder to digest. And you can eat too much and it makes what you should be focused on, it makes it a lot harder to, you know what I'm saying, to lock in. And this space and time is so important to me, especially in finishing and releasing this book, that yeah, I gotta stay locked in. But I will definitely be getting and doing more lives. Self-care right now. I've been working out, doing yoga, exercising 1 hour a day. I remember you talked about that on Queen's interview. So dope. Exercising has been like a really, really important thing for you. Nature walks, love those. Grandma said that way because my health is important to me. Mind, body, and soul. Absolutely. The big three. That's on my arm right here. The big three. Mind, body, and soul. Father, Son, Spirit. Holy Trinity is my favorite. My son is on spring break this week, so I'm looking for things we can do. Um, definitely, definitely research stuff in your city, especially like free stuff to do. Those are always go-to things for me. Like I said, the museum is something that when I get free time, that I really, really want to do. Cause I just haven't been in a long time, but it's so inspiring, you know, how these artists and the things that they've made, or the fact that they're gone, the art still lives. It's still, their spirit is still living through the art. It's still, you know what I'm saying, still inspiring other creators and creatives like me. That's why this another reason why this book is important. Like I want to leave things behind and here that will outlive me. I mean, we all gonna go at some point. So it's important to do what we need to do while we here. Like you pointed out, rooted. Um, taking care of your body is important. That's one thing we do have control over is what we're eating and how well we're exercising, how often we're exercising. You know, just the whole discipline in it all. That's why I know my mornings are gonna be super, super important because you working out right now? Oh, you researching right now. I didn't realize the conversation so good. I didn't realize my phone was going dead. Just plugged it up. Get a little bit of this H2O. I've been thinking about the book cover today. Like I mentioned earlier, I learned that I'm especially journaling. I learned that I'm not a multitasker. So in the creation of this book, it was important for me to just focus on writing and focus on everything else as I needed to. So now I'm thinking about the cover art of the book. What's like a couple of elements that I can add to it? By the way, the book is called New Views, New Heights. Like that's why this channel was so important to me because this something that I believe in perspective. I believe in mindfulness. I believe in how far you go uphill is how far you'll essentially go in life. You know, seeing the glass half full versus half empty, understanding duality and balance, and having systems in place to keep yourself grounded. You know what I'm saying? Like self care, like you said, like exercising. Kia mentioned earlier her going skating, so things like that. For me, it's being in nature as well, journaling, all that stuff. But yeah, anyway, the cover art, I'm just kind of like trying to figure out. I don't want to like over overwhelm anybody, so I don't want to be crazy. I wanted to be, I guess, like from a minimalistic approach, but I wanted to be, I wanted to be like it kind of grab you because that's essentially what people are gonna see before they even decide to buy your book. If it's on the shelf and what's gonna make them pick it up, like they need to have like some mountains, like some trees on there. At first, I was thinking like this room, like the floor of the room, just the floor, but like a desk and like a bed and like, or there's a table with like a couch, but like the floor of this room being in the sky. So like, yeah, you're physically in this room on Earth, but like where you at, your mind is like in the clouds. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if that makes sense. Try to describe it the best way I can. Like you don't see the room, you just see the floor, like the square piece of the floor, but you see everything in the room. So maybe for 3 or 4 items, you see a notebook and a pen and maybe a coffee cup, but the floor, like the whole room, is literally in the sky. Or should it be like some trees and some mountains? I feel like that's pretty typical, but I mean, it still can work. I don't want it to be too crazy. I wanted to be me, but still. And I'm still going back and forth. Where am I at? 10:38. I appreciate that, Kia. You be drawing and painting and stuff. I didn't know if you was still here or not. I'm happy you will, cause yeah. And the reason why I wanted like, uh, I guess like the floor of the room, and then like the table, and then like maybe a small couch or like a recliner chair or something like that with a notebook and a cup, because it's like that's what I was in the creation, like a laptop and some headphones, like giving that office type of feel. But like literally, this room, this space is not even on earth for real. Like my mind is, you know, is really up there. Me journaling, me actually sitting with myself and creating, pieces of the book was in a room. I gotta figure out a way to draw that and digitize it. Do you know of a way to do that? Like you digitize your artwork. Might look for some stuff on, look for some ideas on Canva or something like that. Might have to call up Mark from Pain Freaks, somebody that do like all that digital stuff. Or I might have to just research and figure out a way to do it myself. Like I'm really trying to lock all the way in with the creation of this book and putting it all together, all while growing creatively, within myself, pushing myself beyond just and only the stuff I know. But not being afraid to kind of, I guess, explore. Cause I be having a lot of ideas, but it just it be like how I'm gonna like bring them to life. Gotta figure out what these people be using when they be having them iPads and them stylus pens, and they end up creating all these dope designs and drawings and end up digitizing them. Like, how do you do that? I guess that's my research for the week. They got like a lot of like of these AI tools and stuff popping up. So I don't know. That's how we keep growing. We keep learning. The most cost efficient way too, because I was thinking about like, and I ain't saying it's off the table like paying somebody to
help me with the cover art, like bringing it to life. But I gotta figure it out myself. That's just what it is. Live to grow, grow to live. God gave me that one. That was a bar. Live to grow, grow to live. Putting a soundtrack together, easy. Matter of fact, it's already together. It's already together. I just gotta do the QR code thing. I believe there's all type of websites for that. I should be good. And now it's really just the cover art and the publishing route. Well, websites are better. I learned about ISBN. It's like your books social security number. And I learned that a lot of people take the Amazon route because they give you a free ISBN. But if you want to say you want to put or use, say you want to use that ISBN to put your book in another store or on another website, can't do it. Like it's locked. It's just locked to Amazon. I think it's called KDP. This is locked on there. So I don't I don't want to do that. So I gotta figure out the best price route for that, and then yeah, this is why people. I feel like this is why people don't pursue some of their dreams because it requires a lot of research and a lot of learning about things that you don't already know. And sometimes it just be easier to just say, "F it," like But how you gonna grow? How you gonna truly live life if you just give up because the process isn't as easy as you want it to be, or you feel like you gotta do too much. Oh man, I gotta get a website. How's work going for you? I missed that whole comment. He probably gone now. Work. I'm gonna answer it anyway. Work going as good as it's gonna go. It's getting hot. It was cold this morning. Had a jacket on. It was cold this morning after all that rain. Now it's hot. So shout out to Alabama weather for that. 'Cause this time of year is so flip floppish. So flip floppish. But I guess work could be worse. I guess. Ha. Okay. I thought you left. Yeah, work is going as good as it's gonna go for right now. It's not as busy as it normally is. I just feel like a lot of people didn't come because yesterday's weather was so bad. So we ain't been too busy. So that's been an upside. And so with that, I've been able to do some journaling. I got my journal with me. Been able to do a little bit of research on, I guess, like the self-publishing process. Just trying to learn as much as I can about the next steps and finishing getting the book out there. It's finished, but focusing on the cover art and then like okay, publishing and what that looks like and how much money I need to be um, preparing to put up, for. Because you do have to invest in yourself. It take a little money to make a little money, or take a little money to make a lot of money. Sometimes you'll be surprised, like you don't know what your piece of art is gonna do. You just gotta be obedient to what God put inside you and do your part and let Him do the rest. So my part is researching and asking the right questions and looking into what I need to look into so that I can do what I need to do. I'm gonna research as much as I can, and then I'm gonna start outsourcing, asking people that have self-published, what's the best route to take. But I want to at least understand and have some knowledge of the language, so that when they saying certain things and using certain terminology, I ain't all the way confused. The process might be new, but the language isn't. You know what I'm saying?
You're on the wrong channel.
It's also St. Patrick Day weekend. I don't know if Alabama celebrates that here, but Colorado does. I don't know. Uh, yeah. At work today, they were talking about they've been asking everybody all weekend to wear green today. I forgot and still end up wearing green pants, so that was all right. I did that unintentionally, but I do know at my job right now they were, I guess, promoting the holiday in that way. They're probably doing some stuff downtown Birmingham, but I don't know. I don't celebrate. I don't even know what you would do other than drink. St. Patrick's Day, ain't those people like are those people like Irish? Like I don't know. They do go to like some some of them pubs. I think that's what they call them in Ireland. They don't call them bars. They call them pubs. But yeah, yeah, I don't know nothing about Saint Patrick's Day. I know about Juneteenth. Okay. Know about Juneteenth. My birthday is Juneteenth, so I love that. Summer baby all day. Summer baby all day. What month were you born in? Irish holiday. Yeah, I kind of figured. What they be celebrating? Like what? Like do you know? I'm gonna have to look that up too. I don't think I ever really just cared to, like learn about it. But talking about it right now kind of got me a little curious. I ain't gonna hold you. 2019. Right, Juneteenth. And finally, it's a holiday, but you know that the president will try to. Yeah, they try to. How the hell you gonna try to take away Black History Month? Like they as you're doing it now. You know what I'm saying? What Black History got to do anyway? They just feel like they bored. Instead of doing all the stuff he said he wanted to do on the campaign trail, he want to take away. Supposedly, you can't take away that. It don't matter what you do. You can take it off the calendar, but you can't stop people from celebrating it. Okay, yeah, damn it. trying to take away all the pride activities. Man, you can't stop people from celebrating whatever they want to celebrate. April, you're Aries. Aries, my grandmother Aries. Big ups to you. Big ups to you. She literally one of my favorite people in the world. Okay, they celebrate drinking. That's wild. Is that for real? Or you just playing with me? Probably for real though, cause that's all I ever see them doing on movies and TVs and stuff. Oh, so they celebrate drinking. Uh, that's that's different. That's different. To celebrate drinking, yeah, that's super different. You say I googled it. So the present date is a fifth of Saint Patrick, the traditional death date, the traditional death date of Saint Patrick, a patron saint of Ireland. So they celebrating his death. Post some out for the homie. Okay, okay, Ireland. Well, what made him a saint? What they call? Oh, hey, see, now I got more questions. God damn it, Rooted. My wheels turning now. Like, what did he do so great to where he's being celebrated? Like, it ain't bad that they celebrate him. It's just like it made me just want to think. It just made me want to know what he did. When I get a minute, I'm finna look up some stuff. Okay, I think we're slowing down. I think this is my last one for a minute. Do you go live when you work out? I know it's like a personal thing for you. You know what I'm saying? But do you ever go live? Like, I don't know. Your routine might be too tough for the average person though. You do it every day, and somebody try to do your workout routine. I don't know. That might be a little dangerous. Oh, okay. A lot to do with religion. That's interesting. Just tying religion to drinking and drinking to religion is interesting. Guess because it's just like foreign, but it's pretty interesting. 3 lives each day. You ain't effing around. You do okay. For three, so 3 days a week on each day, you're doing your workout, a mukbang, and a health topic. Water. I'm sipping on that H2O. Then I got this body armor thing. My auntie had my auntie bought me yesterday. Got a little coconut water in. I made a picture of I made a picture of tea that I gotta finish brewing with my honey. But I figured out that making a picture instead of one cup at a time is way more beneficial and helpful for me to stay on, a good regimen, get my vitamins and minerals that way. Doing my sea moss vegan capsules every day. I do. I use Yeah. That's been pretty much my multivitamin one, and then biotin, and then I forget the other one. What is it called? Ginkgo. I think. Yeah. But anyway, yeah. This is just water, ice. Got my Home Depot work. I had won this in some safety event that we had one day, and I ended up winning that cup. I was like, great! Now I officially have a work cup I can use. I don't have to. bring my good cups to work. This one is strictly work based. And of course, you know, I got to have my journal. Dang, or we ain't going crazy. We ain't going crazy. You ever seen a black and white ladybug? I literally wrote this in my journal right here on Friday, the 14th at 11:17 a.m. Literally on this part of the truck where the window go up, he like landed like right here. It scared me a little bit because I ain't gonna jump out of my skin with bugs and things that fly, but okay, I'm very alert and paying attention. Okay. But it landed right here and I was like, is that a ladybug? And I was like, no, nah, ladybugs are black and white. But as I looked at it, I'm like, no, that is a ladybug. But it was literally black and white. I've never seen one, let alone knew that they ever existed. End up looking it up on Google. They they are a thing. He wasn't dying or anything because I was like, what's wrong with you? But um, hold on, what you say? Excited for your okay, nice. Got to stay on top of you. I appreciate that. I'm getting up there. Okay, I'll be 35 in June. Don't tell nobody. I'm just playing. I don't really care. Um, yeah, I'll be 35, and so you can look young and not feel young. You can look good and not be good. Okay, you can look like you in shape and in good health, but not be that, but not be none of that stuff. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to look like I'm youthful and not feel youthful. So I'm with you, and I feel like it's important for people to, you know, walk their journey, but be intentional, be more mindful of what you're drinking, eating, and uh your vitamins. Because I don't care if you vegan, you still got to make sure, vegan or vegetarian, you still got to make sure you're getting certain minerals and certain things for your body. Because what works for you to eat may not work for me to eat. You know what I'm saying? So, but in taking vitamins and making sure you getting those minerals, like you checking off the boxes regardless. So, I think that for me, that was a good place to start. Was the sea moss, it having, you know, you a health person, 92 out of 102 minerals that are needed for the body. Why wouldn't anybody be taking sea moss of any form, whether you put it in a smoothie or taking a capsule? Or I used to put the powder version in my smoothies, but taking a capsule has been a lot better. Like it's in powder form, but it's in a capsule, so I can keep track of like how much I'm taking. But anyway, yes, health is wealth. Okay, I'm excited for the book too. I cannot wait for you to read it. Like I was telling Kia and Kenneth earlier, I'm excited because it's something that means something to me, and I got past that block of like wanting or being stuck on will people like it versus do I like it? You know, does it matter to me and how I feel about it? And is it true to who I am, you know, as an artist? And is it true to where I'm at in my journey in being self-aware and healing and just seeing the world from a different perspective, a healthier perspective, and how the things that are around us, if we see them the right way, no matter if they good or bad, we can learn and take things from them. So I have so many things that inspire me in that book. It's not just me telling my life story. Yes, I'm sharing some of my uh experiences in life, things that impact me from the good to the bad, but this is not one of them books where I'm just spilling out my whole life story from beginning to end. I'm sprinkling some of those moments in there that altered the way that I thought, the way that I saw myself, the way that I felt about myself from childhood. But it's one of them books where I'm like, nah, this where I'm at in terms of seeing my pain as a platform, seeing my pain as part of my purpose and using it, in a more positive way, because I see it for what it is, not for who I thought it made me, as who or how I define myself. And I think a lot of people, unbeknownst to them, I think, or subconsciously, sometimes we define ourselves by our pain or our experiences, and it's like, don't do that, because you'll get stuck in that perpetual cycle of like not even moving past that. Like, it's okay to look in the rearview mirror, but if you drive and you look in the rearview mirror for too long, or looking at that side mirror too long, and you're not focused on what's ahead of you, you're gonna hit something. So I'm taking things from like songs. I'm a big music head. I love music with substance. I come from a musical family. I come from a family of writers. So things with substance, you know what I'm saying? I love learning. And so I'm sharing those moments. The book even has a soundtrack, like a movie, you know what I'm saying? So it'll be like a QR code that you'll have. I don't know if I'm gonna put it like, I'll put it in the beginning of the book. Just so like if people, nah, I put it at the end of the book. And I'll talk about it, and like that way, after they read it, they can look at it, or if they want to read it alone or listen to it alone. I don't know. I just want it to be in there so that they can get like a zoomed out version or a zoomed out view of why I went the route that I went in formatting the book. But it's gonna be crazy. It's gonna be super crazy. Quotes, conversations, encounters I've had with people, like a lot of life altering dope stuff that I feel like is gonna help people in shifting the way that they see themselves and seeing the world. Yeah, that ladybug was crazy. Oh, speaking of, before I forget, I looked it up. I looked it up like when I saw it, because I was just fascinated, and I don't believe anything is happening just to be happening. I'm like always like trying to be as present as I can be. I'm not I'm not a guru at that, but it's something that I'm intentionally trying to work at getting better at, and that's being present and in the moment. So I looked it up, and it said on Google that a black and white ladybug, in terms of spiritual meaning, is often interpreted as a symbol of balance, duality, and transformation, representing the interplay between opposing forces like light and dark, good and evil, or the conscious and subconscious mind, often signifying a period of personal change or spiritual growth. And I was like, okay, God, I see you. You know what I'm saying? Like it's stuff like that, that I would put in my book.
Saying, okay, my AirPod went dead. So my AirPod went dead. But anyway, um, yeah, it's things like that that are profound to me. And then not only in the book do I have things like this that I add, but I also add why it resonates with me. So if it's a if it's a lyric from a song that's a part of that soundtrack, why did I choose that song to be a part of the soundtrack? Why does these particular lyrics in this song resonate with me? Why did they stand out? What am I taking from it? You know what I'm saying? That sort of thing. But yeah, that was really, really dope to me seeing that Ladybug, because it just confirmed, that I'm in alignment, and that I'm exactly where I need to be on my journey. So yeah. Yes, exactly. I like to take it one step further. Also, the products you use on a daily basis, them products have so many bad ingredients. That's why I talk about using plant-based products. I feel you on that. I gotta be honest and say that I gotta get better at that. I desire to get better at that. But I'm proud of how far I've come and my knowledge of it, and the need for me to get better. So, me being proud of the progress I made in taking my CMOS vitamins, making sure that I'm on my herbal teas, and cutting back on dairy. Those are 3 steps. Is like, start with what you can. Don't overwhelm yourself trying to change everything overnight. Do what you can, and you continue to add to it. So that's where I'm at with that. Hold on one moment. I got to. Yeah, I can't wait for you to. I can't wait to get the book out, man. I really can't. Cause I'm telling you, everything that you just said is part of it. Is being aware. Is accepting the things that you can and cannot change in order to ascend. I call it the 3 A's. I'm gonna dissect them more in my next book. Don't tell nobody, okay? But that's the route I'm gonna take, because it's important for you to be aware of certain stuff, and then you accept the things that you can and cannot change. Like the things I can't change. Oh, it's 11. Okay, I did a quick prayer. I like to do a quick prayer when I catch 11:11. But yeah, it's accepting those things that you can and cannot change, and controlling the stuff that you can. Because it's gonna be a lot of stuff that you can't change, and you gotta have. Again, I talk about the systems, having the systems in place to keep you grounded and get you back to center. So, accepting the responsibility that self-care is your responsibility. Taking accountability. You have to accept that at some point you have to do that. Like we going and diving into all of that, and understand that once you're aware and once you accept the things that you can change and cannot change, it's only then will you be able to ascend, which is my 3rd A. You'll be able to ascend to new heights and new levels in your life. You know what I'm saying? I call it the 3 A's, rooted. The 3 A's: awareness, acceptance, ascension. You can put that one in your pocket though, because I rock with you for sure. But that's definitely like, yeah, that's the next book right there. I'm back. Cutting dairy. Your weakness is cheese. Oh man, that's my best friend. She can eat cheese on everything. She can eat cheese on everything. She would. Oh man, I appreciate you for rocking with me on this live. Definitely, like Kenneth said, I should do more of them. I just be like at work and trying to utilize as much time as I can here with some of the things that I like to do, which is writing, is listening to new information, especially for this book and this season. I catch up on the little world news. I only listen to independent news outlets, the ones that actually tell the truth about what's going on. So it's only like 2 or 3 of them that I listen to. Like mainstream news, trash. But I catch up on that just because like it's important for me to stay connected to what's happening in the world. I know that ain't everybody focus, but I feel a little called to it in a way, just so I'm able to convey and communicate the things needed for my people and my community. You know what I'm saying? So that we not blindsided by this crazy ass administration that's in office right now. You know, they already is talking about a potential recession. So things like that, and like being aware of and intentional with our spending, not overspending money, because literally just trying to dismantle this whole thing. Any progress that was made from the last 12 years, they trying to erase it. They're trying to erase it. They don't want nothing to do with anything Biden touch, Kamala touch, Obama. Anything Obama touched. They still mad high key that a black man was able to be the president of this country. And not only for one term, he ran that thing back twice. Okay? Twice. Killed them. They pissed. And so I feel like a lot of what's happening is payback. You know, they don't care who they hurt. They don't even care if it's their own people, you know. But we gotta make sure we stand locked in so that we can unlock the next level of life. So I'm gonna do all I can with what I can to share and stay informed. But yes, thank you, Rudy. Thank you, Kia, Kenneth, and whoever else slid up on your girl. Until next time, peace.